Hello, divine creators. Welcome to the Mother Universe. We are Velastri. Thank you so much for joining us. It's time for a tarot reading. Let us see what Spirit would like to share with us today. We trust you well, beautiful beings. Let us begin with the numerology for this time. Okay. The Six of Spades, which would be the Six of Swords. Sixes are all about harmony, balance, restoration of energies, and the Swords frequency is movement. It's a change to betterness, a change to healing, a transitional stage from one world to the next, and usually from one of turmoil to one of peace, from one of struggling to one of ease. It is a positive shift of energies, the Six of Spades, Six of Swords energy. So it is time for a harmonious balancing of energies at this time. It's time for restoration. It's time for a healing. It's time for you to go from one world to the next, one where perhaps it was a bit of a struggle, heavy energies, frustration, anxiety, restriction, limitation, lack, whatever it might, loss, however it might be, to one of clarity, peace, harmony, gain, success, recognition, support, achievement, abundance, harmony, ease. So it's a beautiful switch from one world to the next. And others of you, this is also a spiritual transition, a spiritual shift at this time, where you are upgrading from one way of being to another, one world to another, one dimension to another. So this can be a shift in your physical reality with your physical everyday experiences. It can be a shift in your spiritual body. It can also be a shift in your mental plane and your emotional plane. So it can be a way of thinking, way of perceiving from one way to another. It can be a healing of emotions from frustration to ease, from anger to happiness to peace. So it is multi-layered. It can also happen in all bodies and two of the bodies or one energy. So it just depends where you are. But know there is a transition. There is a shift at this time, a healing at this time from one world to the next. And Spirit is really bringing through that it is a betterment. It is to allow a better feeling, a better vibration, a better way. It is an improvement. There we are. An improvement in circumstances and situations. Let's pull some tarot. At the center of the read, we have the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Coins in this deck particularly. Within, we have the Nine of Wands. So you've got double nine on the floor already, and nines are all about endings. So we see that shift, Six of Swords, endings to a new beginning. Without, we have the Queen of Wands. Below, we have the Knave of Swords. And crowning, we have the Five of Cups. Okay. And beneath the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. So during this shift of energies, Source would like you to really be intuitive. Overall energy, it's a time for intuition. It's a time for you to just trust Source, because it is a shift from one world to the next. So release control. It's something that is beyond your control. Your soul, Source within you, is creating the rehabilitation, the reparations, is aligning the healing for you. And in order for you to navigate to these beautiful new energies, you are to simply trust what is being shown to you and trust where you are. It might be not an easy shift. We have been feeling a shift, and we trust that, sources are affirming that what we have been feeling for the last 3 days has been the shift. And it has been quite rattling, because where we were once quite centered and quite almost at ease, we felt very splintered, but not in a low vibing way. It just, we felt like a bad acid trip, really. That's the best way to explain it. Just not really here, not really there, not really in receiving a lot of downloads, and the downloads were a bit heavy in the sense of feeling, not in the sense that they were heavy vibrations, but we would receive something and it would be difficult to integrate. So it was the only way we could navigate the past 3 days was through our intuition, for us to try and logically, and we had moments when we were trying to logically understand what was happening. It made no sense. It just caused more splintering of energies. So wherever you are in your life, whether this is a spiritual transition, whether this is a physical movement, and things don't make sense, what's happening, follow your intuition. Just follow what you're guided, even if it makes no sense. We were simply guided to tune out of everything, and we spend the day just watching a few things. Actually watched gymnastics on YouTube. It was lovely because just watching these interesting, beautiful shapes and the technicalities of that movement just allowed us to ground and just zone out, and that really assisted us just to navigate where we were, understanding we're going through a major shift and there's nothing we can do about it but just to experience it and release it. For it was a shift which we don't understand, but we will see in our physical as it integrates. So for each and every single one of you, no matter how this is happening, no matter how chaotic, no matter how you can't understand it, go with the flow, follow intuition. Okay, really just open up your third eye and allow yourself to trust the flow of what is happening at this time. At the center is the Nine of Coins, because it's coming to empower you. It's coming to assist you to come to that independence, that stability you've been asking for. You've been wanting to be more stable, more independent in your finances, in your security, in your being, in how you are, in all areas. Just really been wanting to come into this wholeness, this place of feeling you're standing on your own 2 feet. You've got things under control, but in the sense that you're just really on top of things, and things aren't really out of as up in the air as they have been through your ascension process. So you've been really wanting the stability to come in, and it's also saying this is what you are going towards, this is what you are aiming towards, this is what's happening currently. But in order for this shift to happen, you need to trust that source is guiding you to this shift. You are being guided to the best way for you to come into this Nine of Coins energy, into this beautiful empowerment. And it might not be how you think you need to do. And let source show you. And you just trust, you just go with the flow. Even though it might be a path you're not wanting to travel, or a path that you didn't think you would have to travel, or a path that doesn't look at all like the path you wanted to travel. Source is saying, trust, we are guiding you down a path to where you will come into your fullness. And you do not know this fullness, because this fullness is one which you haven't allowed yourself to discover yet. So allow yourself the discovery of you, understanding that the discovery of you means the path, the journey to the discovery of you is also a discovery itself. You cannot know the path to discover you. The very path to the discovery is also a discovery each and every single moment. So allow yourself completely to trust in the source within you. Release control at this time. Have faith with the Nine of Wands within. Source is saying, have faith. You are tired. You just want things to be sorted. You want to just come to a stable place. And a lot of these energies, for some of you, a bit frustrating. It's a lot of work, so much change. You're not really sure when it's going to happen. You've been trying to do so many things, and almost like an uphill battle. Nothing really coming through. And source is saying, trust, have faith with the Nine of Wands. Don't give up. Yes, it's been a long journey. We acknowledge that it's been a long journey, that you're tired, that it's been an emotional roller coaster and a lot of mental work. It's been heavy, it's been light, it's been up, it's been done, it's been in, it's been out. But that's part of the healing, that's part of the cleansing, that's part of the releasing. And for you to remain in your truth, because it's really assisting you to release almost the emotionality of humanity, how humans almost allow the emotions to run wild, allow the emotion and the physical realm to really take ownership and to take control. And everything you've been going through has allowed you to really be a lot more stable within your physical body, your mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body. You're not so you don't give your power over to emotions. You don't give your power over to the physical realm so much. You don't give your power over to the mind. You don't give your power over to the spirit realm either. You are centered within your source and allowing all the components to take the shape of the source you are. You're really coming to the truth of you, and all of the experiences you've been having, no matter how frustrating and just tiring, have been a detoxing, a releasing, a purging of past conditioning. And just look how strong you are. Source is really bringing that through. Look how strong you are now. Look at how resilient you are. Look at how when things pop up, you're not freaking out anymore. You're not going crazy anymore. It's not going in your head anymore. It's not having this emotional effect anymore. You are quite stable and sturdy, and you're calm. You're at ease. And that is why all of the process had to take this time in order to untrain these human ways of being, which was taken away from you, for you to really come into the truth of who you are at your core source. And the beauty of this, then in the physical, you then are the embodiment of the Queen of Wands. That is, you are in your highest self and creating from there. The divine feminine, the water sacral chakra with the fire energy, the solar plexus. Nothing can stop this energy. Whatever you are going towards, whatever you're trying to build, when you're in the stability, you're also in your power. And whatever you're co-creating with, whatever road you're taking, whatever journey you're experiencing, it's something you're passionate about. It's something you want to do. It's born of your highest frequency. It's born of your source. It's born of your existence. It's born of you. And you are now, it's born of the abundance. You're learning lessons within abundance, no longer within lack. You're learning lessons within joy, no longer within sadness. It's to the empowerment of you, the building of you, the establishment of you. And this is what you are being transitioned to. This is the healing process. So don't give up. It's the ending of this Nine of Wands, this exhaustion, and the beginning of this beautiful power when you're in this clarity. Below, new ideas, new experiences, when as above you are releasing even more at this time, right? With the Five of Cups, you are finally really purging a lot of things. You are releasing. This journey of the Nine of Wands has been asking you to release even more and more and more and more, even things you didn't think you had to release. And right now it's more ways of thinking, holding on to things, still holding on to things you thought you let go, still having a hard time almost allowing the newness of you, having a hard time really committing to your transformation process, having a hard time committing to the butterfly you are and releasing all the caterpillar energies that no longer serve you. Just really feeling, sources saying, yes, it's not been easy, but know that with the Five of Cups, there's more cups coming in, more cups coming in. So as you're releasing now, releasing that way of being, releasing that attachment, releasing that lifetime, releasing that life experience, releasing that aspect of you, releasing that expression of you, really coming more and more into the truth of you, more and more into the divine energy you are, here in the physical below. Oh goodness, new ideas now, new ways of doing things. You're getting new thoughts, new inspirations, a new way of expressing whatever experience it is. So you are releasing it, but then it's coming back perhaps in a new way. You are releasing, another example for us, we had to release going to the gym environment, for the energies were almost too overwhelming at this time when we were very open. So we have been having to rethink of how to keep our fitness up going and doing a whole gym at home. And we've been quite resistant to it because we enjoy it. When you go to gym, it's so easy just to get into that routine and boom, you don't need too much motivation because everybody's around doing the work, right? So for us to be like, okay, actually get up and do this for ourselves. We don't need external, we don't need people, We release the power of the physical motivation, release the power of the physical energy, release. We just need ourselves. It has been a bit of a challenge for us because we've always used it as such a grounding space. We find physicality for us really grounds us because the rest of our day is spent in the spirit realm. That's who we are. We are a very high frequency channeling, anchoring. That is literally what we do for the majority of our experience here. So the physicality of exercise almost brings the human aspect, the physical body grounds us. So it's quite a, not important, we don't want to give power, but we enjoy it. It's quite a lovely way in which we can ground our energies. And for us now to even Source is saying, yes, but now make it your own way. Make it a way which is not influenced by others. Make it a way which is not influenced by society, by TikTok and this and that. Make it a way which is only for you, your own way, your own body's way. And for us, it's been a huge purging of how we were and coming to a new idea, new concept. Just a silly example, but just to assist you to see the different levels of the releasing and the new ideas. Okay, it can be a major thing, for example, major spiritual shifts, major shifts in consciousness, to fitness routines, to diet, to social, to relationships, to the path you're taking to walk to a specific place, releasing one path and going to another path, to allow new energies to come in. It's really, really varied. So it is a time for you to release attachment to conditioned ways of being and allow new ways to come into your life experience. Because we're in Aries season and it's all about the full expression of you and the truest expression within the alignment of Source. Blessed be.